Welcome back to the show. And this hour of News and Views is sponsored by Africa Muslims Agency. Africa Muslims Agency, a beacon of hope to communities for over 35 years in Africa and beyond. Next up, we'll be joined by Raeesa Bayat, Corporate Relationships Manager with Baraka Bank. And it is Women's Month in South Africa, so appropriately, we are focusing on Al Baraka Bank, South Africa Women in Business. And also to come on the show, the Peace and Unity Initiative in the United Kingdom against the devastation that is taking place in the UK, particularly from racist and right-wing supremacists, the fascist behavior that we've seen with Tipu Ahad. And towards the end of the broadcast, we will be linking up with Malaysia. We're talking about the International Post-War Gaza Rebuilding Planning session. And this was quite an in-depth session. So there was an interview that we recorded with an organization called MAPIM in Malaysia, very, very close to the Malaysian government. We will be talking with the president of MAPIM, Sheikh Azmi. But right now, we're going across to be joined by Raeesa Bayat, Corporate Relationship Manager with Al Baraka Bank. Raeesa, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jummah Mubarak to you and welcome.
Wa alaikum salam. Likewise, Jummah Mubarak to you as well. Jazakallah for having me this morning.
Well, Raeesa, not long, we focused on 35 years of Al Baraka Bank, and we know Al Baraka Bank has actually grown, and alhamdulillah, tremendous achievement on the part of Al Baraka Bank, and focusing, right across the entire spectrum. And it is just no longer a bank, but looking at the initiatives over the years in terms of promoting businesses as well, and particularly looking at women this time around. And we know that, alhamdulillah, we've seen right across the country many, many prominent women who are in a business. So let us just talk about this initiative in itself, Women in Business with Al Baraka Bank.
Mentioned Al Baraka Bank is no longer just a bank. We are partaking in a lot of community initiatives and empowerment and upskilling the community, particularly, like you mentioned, the women. We're very committed to promoting and supporting females both within our organization as well as within our client base and in the broader community. It is Women's Day today. August is Women's Month. It is usually a month reserved to celebrate women. And like I said, because of our commitment to the development and empowerment of not only women, but also a focus on SMEs and entrepreneurs and supporting these startups and more specifically women-led and women-owned startups, we have very successfully ran an event in August for women in business over the past few years. It has become one of our flagship events of the year. I think this year will be no different. We're doing something a little bit different to prior years, something more exciting, something quite innovative, and we will be hosting the Al Baraka Bank Women in Business Summit. This year it's going to be run over 3 consecutive days. It's going to be run in all 3 regions, in KZN, in Gauteng, and in the Western Cape, in Cape Town. So the KZN event will run on the 17th of August. The event in Johannesburg will run on the 24th of August, and the event in Cape Town will be held on the 31st of August. It will be run over 3 consecutive Saturdays. They are full-day events, and they will be run between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m.
Yes, and also I think when one looks at women and Muslim women in particular, they are placed in a very, very unique situation. And we've seen huge successes on the part of many of our sisters who are involved in business, but also looking at finding a balance in their lives, because women are mothers, women are grannies, they're sisters, and they've also got those responsibilities, but also at the same time being Muslim and being in business as well. It's so important, and this is what I find quite interesting when I'm looking at some of the details surrounding some of the sessions, talking about informative discussions on balancing ambition and faith. We're talking about panel discussions on navigating finance, providing comprehensive guides to financial wellness as well, the powers of networking, digital marketing, all of that. And this is very, very interesting but also at the same time in the day and age that we are living in. These are extremely important and pertinent.
The Muslim community who have become very successful. And like you mentioned, I think, I mentioned that it will be, the format is slightly different this year. So whereas previously we focused on either having one keynote speaker or one panel discussion and a focus on one topic, this year we've adopted, like you mentioned, a more focused approach. And we want to actually equip all attendees who come to this event with tangible tools and skills so that they can actually then go back to their businesses, go back to their everyday lives, and actually put these skills and tools which they've learned into practice. So like you mentioned, there will be 4 sessions. There will be a session that's going to be run by Heart, by After Zaira Kareem, a very learned and knowledgeable individual, and she will be covering how to balance ambition and faith, how to essentially stay true to our Islamic values and maintain our responsibilities as Muslims while still being successful in our careers and as businesswomen. There will also be a panel discussion which will be covering topics such as financial planning and wellness, inheritance, Islamic world, and estate planning. And again, I think in our community, women often, sometimes unexpectedly so, need to take care of the financial needs and responsibilities of their families for various reasons. And we're often not sufficiently equipped to deal with these kind of scenarios. And so this panel will then try and share tips and tools on how to best deal with these kind of scenarios and issues. And then I know you mentioned the digital marketing, so there will also be a workshop where individuals will learn tools and, again, resources to market the businesses online. But one of our other sessions, which I do want to focus on, and I think you didn't cover, was the workshop on the power of networking. And this for me is actually very important. So I find often that women find it difficult to network and to sometimes form connections with others. And I think networking is very important, especially for us as women, to create a forum and a support system where we can learn from one another, share ideas, listen to one another, and uplift and empower one another. So this session is going to be equipping women with the tools to improve their personal brand, as well as their brand as a business, to build an authentic brand for themselves, to learn how to pitch themselves and their businesses, and tools to network and form meaningful connections.
Well, Raeesa, I sense the excitement in your voice when you are talking about this business summit, and I'm sure there's going to be a huge, a massive value add for women attending this particular summit. And as you mentioned, covering all 3 major regions, Johannesburg, KwaZulu-Natal, and also Cape Town. Just looking at people wanting and registration requirements, if you could just provide some information.
Absolutely. So the registration process is pretty simple. All you need to do is the listeners can go onto our Instagram page. You can go onto @Baraka SA, which is our Instagram handle. Just click on the link in the Instagram, in our bio on Instagram, to register for the specific session and the specific region that you would like to attend. Just ensure that you're clicking on the correct link with the correct region that you are going to be attending, it be it KZN, Johannesburg, or Cape Town. Click on the session, so you can attend more than one session, but just make sure that you're clicking and selecting the sessions which you would like to attend. I do want to mention this event. The event is free because, like I mentioned, we're wanting to empower and with your community. It is free, but registration is essential. The seats, there are limited seats, and seats are filling up very fast. So if you haven't done so already, I do recommend that you please do go online and register as soon as possible. And yes, I'm very excited about this event. I think as a bank, we're very excited. I mentioned this is a flagship event of ours. There will be a lot of value add opportunities for networking and learning, a lot of inspiration. And I think I myself personally, I'm looking forward to meeting all the female trailblazers and leaders and both current as well as aspiring businesswomen at the event.
Well, Raeesa, in fact, I just want to give out the times as well. It is taking place over 3 Saturdays. KwaZulu-Natal on the 17th of August, Al Baraka head office, Kingsmead, on the 24th of August in Johannesburg at the Kilani Country Club, and in Cape Town on the 31st of August at 355 premium events. So these are taking place on Saturdays, the 17th in KZN, 24th in Joburg, and 31st in Cape Town from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we encourage people to register and to attend these sessions, inshallah. Well, Raeesa, we wish you all the best as well. And as always, our du'as are with you, with Al Baraka Bank as well. And clearly, a lot of excitement in the build-up to this Women in Business Summit. And inshallah, all goes well. But for now, have yourself a great Jummah, inshallah. And Jazakallah for your time with us this morning, right here on Salam Media.
Jazakallah so much. Thank you so much for having me on this Women's Day, and inshallah we hope to have a successful event. Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Inshallah. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Raeesa Bayat from Al Baraka Bank, the corporate relationship manager in KwaZulu-Natal. Which brings us straight on to 9:38. We come back, we'll be joined by Dipu Ahad, talking about the UK Peace and Unity Initiative.